ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. What we have here is failure to brake. Yeah, just give you a shot of this. No cutting on that one. It's a 2012 Dodge Grand Caravan. So now that you've seen that part, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and do the brake service on this vehicle. Get you in there and we'll do this together. Try to get you a good camera angle. Let's see. Maybe right there. I don't know. Maybe. I'm gonna go down a little bit. Try to get you an even better camera angle here. Yeah, I think I like that better. So I can see, you can see, hopefully, if I take my hand out of the way. Get a little bit of a prying apparatus. Maybe get up on that rotor here. I don't know if we can or not. Alright. On a note, that tells us the movement here now, since I've pried on it, obviously tells us a lot about the condition of the slide. That's working perfectly fine. But also pay attention how hard it is to move this piston in. That is important because you may have to replace a caliper. You know, we can't always assume that they're going to be good. There's always a small possibility that it's not going to be good. I'm assuming this to be 13 mil. I could use power tools. Heck, I don't really care. 13 on top, 15 on the other side. I'm sure it is. It is 15. You have to have a skinnier wrench. If that turns on you, get my arm up. I've had complaints about camera angle and good stuff, so I'm gonna try to get out of the way. You can follow up. I need to watch that camera. So keep my fingers here out of the camera too. So like the factory, what they'll do is they'll have a little thread locker on there. We can put that back on. We can put some blue on it if that makes everybody happy. I generally would not. This is a phenolic piston, non-metal. I'm going to go ahead and just hang this up here on the strut. Careful doing that though, because that can come down and bite you a little bit. Pads are nearly gone on this one, on this side. Definitely nearly gone on that side. And like I mentioned before, there is no way of cutting this rotor here. It is way too thin. 21, I believe, on the big bolts right there for our caliper bracket. Lucky guess. Whew. Good and tight. Okay. Sorry, I'll have to get the camera just a little bit. Of course, as always, I'm going to do the one side. So here we can pull the pins and inspect. Nice and free. Pull the other side. Nice and free. It's got plenty of lube in it. Not all gummed up. Hardware comes off. We're going to replace that. I'm going to leave that on there for right now. We'll go over here to the bench in a minute. The old rotor is pretty stuck, so we hit it with a hammer. And I caught it. You hit it too hard, the caliper will come down, so be careful with that. Well, that one is actually stuck pretty good. Doesn't have bolts on it, so let's try to tap it from the back side here. Okay. That was a double fail. Not gonna lie, that's not good on the hose there, so let's lock her down. So there we go. Lock her down. That really is not good on the hose. Lost my hammer, bear with me. I gotta find the hammer. Bigger hammer always works. I'm actually a little bit surprised to see it being this clean. As much as it was stuck, it's actually pretty clean. So note the surface in here. If that would have had a lubricant on it, something to protect it, it actually would look even better than that. Of course, this is a wheel hub, so be careful with the hammer too. You just don't want to keep wailing on it. Clean up, as I usually do. Get a wire wheel. I'm going to back the camera off a little bit. I don't want the lens to get hurt. Don't worry. No animals were harmed during the making of this film, though. No, I'm just kidding. I know it sparked a little bit. There's no material being removed at all. Clean that up a little bit. That is not a problem. I'll give that a little bit of spritz. Not a sponsor, my favorite. Give it a good coating. I'll be sitting there. Oh, maybe move you over here. To's a bench. Faces here are pretty clean already. Really nothing to worry about. Is that we've already inspected our slides. Let me grab a tool. Obviously not in the rust belt here, so again, mentioned that time and time again, we don't have a lot of problem with corrosion. Take your favorite wire brush. Let's clean this up real good. We can do that on a bench grinder as well. You don't want a wire wheel on a bench grinder, but no more than what this is. This is perfectly fine. I don't have a small blast cabinet where I would use it. I'd be glad to use one of them, but shop is not that big and I got a lot of equipment in here already and I just cannot add any more equipment. It's room is scarce. This is CRC Ceramic. Definitely not a sponsor. Most definitely not a sponsor, but that has become a favorite of mine. Lube up where the hardware goes. Same on the other side. Now, they did not lubricate under the hardware before when it was done the last time, which in my opinion is a mistake. That kind of lube right here protects it. It does do a good job. It keeps it from rusting like that did. It's not bad, but still, it's rusty. I'm going to have to pause the camera up now because I don't even have the parts yet. So we'll have to wait for the parts and go again. Yeah, about 20 hours later, we got our rotors. Yeah. I did go ahead and put the hardware on already. Well, maybe I lied. I did half of it, not the whole entire thing. So we got our brake pads. Trying to get out of your view here. Yeah, take 5 seconds and put a lug nut on. That does help it. Heck, if you got somewhere where you can grab a large nut, that's what I use, and then just sit it up on the rotor and put the lug nut on it. One lug nut generally enough to hold it in place. It's not so aggravating. We don't have to fight it that way. I should have done it right away. Sorry about that. Turn the light on too. I forgot I had the light on. But anyway, we turn this around. You can see a little bit better. Torque the spec. Load our brake pads in. There is I put the squealer in the back, by the way. There's one piece of information that you might need on this 2012 anyway. I don't know what the year model differences is, but on this particular one here, there is a 305 and a 330 millimeter rotor, so you actually will have to know what it is that you've got before you go, and maybe save you a little bit of aggravation on that part. So you'll have to know which one it is that you're going to have. So I'm going to have to get in the way of the camera here because I got to get this loaded in there. Pocket screwdriver's not in my pocket. Matter of fact, I don't know that I know where my pocket screwdriver is. I didn't have that hardware just exactly up there. Now it is. Okay. Let's try this one more time. So hopefully this will help somebody. You got to do yours. And I'm glad. So as I mentioned earlier, we want to take note on that piston to make sure that piston is actually going in fairly easily. All I got here is a piston compressor. That's a Lyle tool. This one moves free, goes slow. I want to trap air pockets in the back of that rubber. Like I said, this is a phenolic piston. Somebody pried on it before. That's not ever a good idea to pry on it. I'm going to take our wire brush, clean the pads on the backside. You use brake caliper grease on these here. We'll put a little bit of fluid film even on the front face there. We'll put fluid film on the back. You can use caliper grease. Well, probably be a good thing to use caliper grease, but this will work fine. Not a problem. When you put these on, I see this, for whatever reason, I've been seeing it a lot here lately, where people get the hoses twisted when they put their calipers back on. So kind of pay attention on that one. You get them hoses twisted, that's not a good situation. So we see this, well, we see, I said, it's not, we don't see. This is relaxed in a relaxed state. Perfectly fine. So it's not twisted. Like I said, I see where people wrap them, end up wrapping them, and they get twists in them. Not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. Move that camera back a little again. And in case you're wondering, that is spinning. The nut that we had to hold earlier, it's actually spinning on me. See if I can help me out a little bit with this wrench. There we go. The head of this wrench is actually a little bit heavy. Got a hard time going in there, but anyway. Yeah, like I said, what it's doing, it's pinching it over here. And my head is a little bit too heavy on that wrench. But we are tight, both sides. So in a nutshell, that's how you do it. Slide's working perfect. You lower the vehicle down. Remember to pump them calipers up before you try to take off. Something funny happened there one time. I was working in a shop and somebody's going to move the vehicle out for me. I had just done brake service like this, and the brakes of course wasn't pumped up because I hadn't been in the vehicle, and he jumps in it, starts it up and fires it up, goes in reverse, out the door he goes, ah! So give him a pretty good scare. I got a good cussing. No, but anyway, move the camera out of the way here. So guys, I appreciate you watching, appreciate everybody supporting the channel. We'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully that'll help you.